Hi teachers, it's Dana in the Learning Commons, and I just wanted to share out a quick video tutorial on what Mackin VIA is, how to log in, and just a brief overview of some of the databases and digital resources that are available to you and to students at our school. So from the home page of the school website, you're going to click the library link, and then if you scroll down just a bit, you'll see Mackin VIA. You'll click the words rather than the picture. This is the way our website was set up so that visually impaired students can have that read to them. It's hard for the reader to know what pictures say. So Mackin VIA is right here. From here, when you sign in, you do have to start typing our full school name. It's listed as the International School at Thornton Middle, but if you just type in part of it, the rest will pop up and populate. So click the school name. It does change screens like that, it's supposed to. Then if you click log in, it will bring you to a page where you need your username and password. Your username is your ID number, and your password is your regular password. If you have issues with your login, we do have a general school account, and the username is TIS, which is for the International School, and then the password is Cougars, all lowercase. So you can access it that way as well. Student login should work as well. So if you want kids to log into Mackin VIA, they should be able to do that too. From here, this is the home page of Mackin VIA. There are several layers across the main screen in different groups that are featured, so you can certainly browse this way. But for today, I'm going to show you some navigation that's over here on the left. You can see all resources that we have. I can build groups in Mackin VIA, so if you want kids to access like 3, 4, or 5 digital resources, I can create a group and pull those resources into there so that when kids are trying to get to them, you can just say, find my group, and they'll have access right there to their resources. There's different categories as well, so if you are browsing or kids are browsing by topic, you don't know exactly what you need, you can look that way. You can click on just ebooks. It'll pull up only ebooks that we have nearly 400 of. A lot of them are nonfiction, but some are fiction. But this is really what I want to focus on today is databases. So the really, really convenient thing about Mackin VIA is when you're logged in there, you don't have to know the BrainPop password and login. You don't have to know the Culturegrams login and password. You don't have to know the TrueFlix or the FreedomFlix. So what this does is it integrates all of our usernames and passwords on the back end of the tool so that you log in once and you can access anything that you need. So I'll just highlight a couple of things here. We do subscribe to BrainPop, and it's a resource that a lot of teachers really like. You just click Open Now, and it's going to take you to the home page. You browse by topic. So if I was looking for something technology-wise, I could click there, and then click Digital Citizenship. That's something I'm working on right now. So if I wanted a cyberbullying video, I have what BrainPop feels is the relevant information. I can certainly watch that video. It's 4 minutes long. You can ship it out to kids through Google Classroom, and they can watch it on their own with headphones. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you can preview the full description there.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to wait just a minute. Okay, we're back. Announcements are done. You can certainly preview the transcript or preview the topic of it, as well as see the movie transcript. So if you want to see exactly what is said back and forth, you can do that. BrainPop is super cool. You can also create classes within BrainPop, and that will enable kids to do other options like make a movie. And I know that Mr. Gutierrez has done that with his science classes. As well as accessing all these other graphic organizers, vocabulary builders, games that go along with this topic. So BrainPop is a really, really valuable resource that we pay for each year, and we'd love to see you use it. Just so you're aware, BrainPop Junior is more K3, and we're not subscribing to that starting this October, so that'll be coming off soon. Culturegrams is a social studies database that accesses different countries around the world, or the United States or Canadian provinces. There's 2 levels. There's a main middle school level, but there's also a kids edition, so that's going to be a slightly lower reading level. So you can modify if you need kids to access the lower level. But it's super easy to pop into if you're studying somewhere in South America. Click on the continent, then the country. You've got over here on the right, you have the table of contents, kind of, or the index of what topics are there that you could click on and easily get to. There's a few paragraphs for each topic. You can easily see your breadcrumbs here. You can head back to Brazil. That's the home page. There's some facts about it. There's a really cool infographic now that just happened last year. They have the anthem, the official name. You can listen to those things, as well as a photo gallery, interviews, recipes, all kinds of cool tools here in Culturegram. So that's something that I'd love to see get used this year as well. DK Findout is a really great little database. It's not big and broad as far as topics go, but it's very, very visual, and it's fantastic for our ELL students. So if I was looking up fractions, this will allow students, let's see, there's 2 results. So let's see, typically there's a lot more pictures to it than that, but you see your symbols, you see the labels, and you see a really brief introduction. Let me try something else. Let's see. I'm thinking about giraffes, I guess. So if I click on giraffes, there we go. So I've got my picture, I've got my labels, I've got not an overwhelming amount of information. And typically, if there are keywords within here, they're bolded and highlighted as well. So DK Findout is another really cool resource. So we have all the different world books. So that's a pretty standard encyclopedia. There's Early Peoples is for ancient civilizations. Inventions and Discoveries is science and math related, engineering, STEM stuff. Living Green is environmental. The main World Book is just general. And then World Book Discover is also the general one, but written at a more of a 3rd grade level. But it doesn't look like a kid's version. There is a World Book Kids as well, but I chose not to put it on our Mackin VIA. Then there's also World Book in Spanish, Hallazgos. And then World Book Student is going to be the one that is really the most appropriate for middle schoolers. If they're an average reader, that would be just World Book Student. Sorry that they're split up all over, but a lot of different World Book databases are there. And then lastly, I'll highlight 2 others, FreedomFlix and TrueFlix. So this is a Scholastic subscription that we have. It should automatically put in the login for you, which I'm interested because at school usually you aren't prompted for that. But as you can see, my son's working on this right now in his school. When you open up a topic, you can watch a little introduction video. You can read the book. It will also read to you. So if you open up the ebook, that'll pop up. You can have it read to you. It has all these different features at the top, or you can read it on your own. It's like having the book right in front of you, but in an electronic version. So there's the title page. These books are super engaging as far as text features. Not a giant amount of text on each page. They've got lots of pictures and illustrations, captions, really high quality, and great supplemental resources for the social studies classroom. So there's FreedomFlix, and then there's also TrueFlix, and that's going to be more for science topics and other nonfiction. Where's TrueFlix? Darn it. There's FreedomFlix, Culturegrams. Huh, where did it go? That's pretty crazy. There it is. Okay, then I click on Open Now. Similar layout, but slightly different. So these ones are on the left, People, Places, and History, and then there's Science and Nature on the right. So you're going to pick your main topic. I know in 6th grade, oh looky, they've got information literacy now. In 6th grade they do extreme nature. I'm going to pop in here, give me a chance to check this out. Oh yeah, In social studies, might look at maps, types of maps. So again, similar to the Freedom Flicks, but there's a video, and then there's the ebook itself. Over on the side, there's different navigation help for this title. So it's going to look very similar to what we just looked at. Really engaging format. Look at that. Starts off with some accessing prior knowledge, true or false. It has the table of contents, and I believe you can, I thought you could click on these and head straight to where those things were, but maybe you have to. But you can, actually, you can type in the page number here and go straight to page 37. Yeah, so that's a way you can quickly go. So you'll notice the reading level is definitely accessible to most of our middle school kids. So TrueFlix, another really helpful resource that we have access to. And I skipped over this one, so last one, open for debate. We may not keep this actually, but it's more for pros and cons and argumentative writing. There's just not that many topics in it, and I think there are some really great websites now that support that rather than paying for this small little database. See, very limited topics. But it's there for now. It may not be there the rest of the school year. All right, so that is really quick, down and dirty Mackin VIA. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have questions, please come see me. I'm always happy to help.